Today I wanted to talk about the piece of software I'm going to use for small businesses. This is called Invoice Plane, and I'm going to use this as part of the software I'm going to be setting up for people for their small businesses, so they don't have to hire web services and expensive VPS services and then run the risk of the thing suddenly overloading and costing them a small fortune. You can run this off PCs if you've got a big enough line. If your server, however, needs to be migrated to a larger one, there are ways of doing that without actually taking you offline. But for the moment, I'm going to concentrate on the pieces of software that can be useful for businesses. And this, I think, is one of the key pieces of software, and that's an invoicing customer database system to take notes for all the jobs that you're doing. Somewhere you can put in rough estimates for jobs. All this stuff goes in there. We've also got one-click payments in this. So let's have a look at what this is all about. It's all about a program I found called Invoice Plane. And Invoice Plane here, as you can see, it looks quite professional. Invoice Plane, self-hosted, open source application for managing your quotes, invoices, clients and payments. It's a great little piece of stuff, installed more than 30,000 times. I mean, for a piece of software like this, you would think it'd be in the millions. You think of all the small businesses out there. This has got to gain traction because it's quite an amazing piece of software. Now, if you're going to install this on Manjaro, be aware that just because it says in the requirements, this is where I got tripped up. And it says here, so you can literally click on your add remove programs and add Invoice Plane. But there's also a few other things. The requirements here states that you need PHP equal to or above 7. Now, in the Manjaro repositories, because it's bleeding edge, you've got PHP 8, and I installed that and set Invoice Plane up, got everything right. I was sitting there for a day, scratching my head, going through the HTTPD config with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that everything was in the right place. I hadn't got any of the settings wrong, I just installed wrong packages. And when I asked them about this on the forum, they said, why the hell did you think it was compatible with 8? And I said, well, because it says so on there. And it was just a thing that you do, you know, think, oh, it's above this, it should work with this. Luckily, Manjaro has the packages in, so you can downgrade to PHP 7.4.15. It's up and running on mine, but that will trip you up if you're using Manjaro to install this. But most of these dependencies here, I only had to install a couple of these. I think it was Microips, Recode, and GD, and that's about it. All the rest of it was included. That's the bit that's really got me on this, the one-click payment system. Interested to see how this works. I'm going to go for installing the bugger. It's quite simple and straightforward. Easiest way is to just go through the graphical user interface. So I'll take you through that in a minute. But I'm going to have a little break and a swig of my coffee. Invoice Plane in itself is quite easy to set up on Manjaro. That's what we're on, isn't it? Let's go to Add Remove Software, which I put down here. This is going to be whatever menu system you have. So you go here, Add. And there's Add Remove Software, but I put it down here. New one, Invoice Plane. Now if you've got everything programmed in nicely, yeah, well we're not putting the password in. Yeah, close, but we've got Invoice Plane here, and it's AUR build. And we'll need a PHP, but we need PHP 7, as I said before. PHP 8 isn't compatible. If you just put in PHP like I did and it says 7 or above it's compatible with, I thought, oh well, there's PHP 8. And then install the dependencies, Apache, you need that module, but there's 7. See what we've got on here. PHP 7, there's a general purpose one. Put in the Apache module to link it to Apache, FPM, which is a fast process manager. What else did we put in here? There's a load of other stuff. Go ahead and install these because I haven't got them installed. Requirements, yeah, encrypt, encrypt, build, yeah, we're going to have that and all, and I think pretty much everything is just those two. That's it. Can't find any of the others in there. Anyway, let's apply that. Put in my super secret password, which is, and off we go. Synchronizing package databases. Let's have a look. What are you doing over there? Apply. Put him over here. For fuck's sake. Right, now we can see what's happening. It's building building the last of the dependencies I need, I think. Well, I have the rest of it installed. It was just as simple as installing it, but there are a few things. If you want better on security, you want to put in the PHP INI and just restrict the folders that are allowed to execute. I'll go through that in a bit. We've got set the permissions as well, where it's keeping Invoice Plane. The HTTP user can actually do something like serve a web page. So that's what it's supposed to do. Anyway, it seems to be finished. Right, they're all in there. We'll get on with the next bit.